Hey guys, it's the OC with Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters. In today's video, we're going to break down what the Dallas Cowboys did well, what they need to improve upon to get the second victory versus the Washington football team. Let's get into it. All right, guys. So in this video, we want to get into some film. We want to cover some nuances and things that the Dallas Cowboys did good, that they did poor, and what are the opportunities to improve to beat the Washington football team and solidify the division. So without further ado, let's go ahead and begin to get into some film. This first play that we'll take a look at is actually the first part of the game. And we see Dak Prescott in the shotgun. We see a motion across. We have the tight end. And let's take a look at this play. And I'm going to rewind this a little bit just so that we can see some things. And so good protection, good underneath route, and there we go. And so we saw that take place versus our last game. And we saw, a lot of things that were underneath, that were easy passes, that were really good for Dak Prescott to get him going, which I like that thing. All right, so we got a handoff, and let me rerun this back a little bit. All right, so in this play, we got Ezekiel Elliott lined up on the right, and this is an inverted handoff, and let's see what happens, and let's take a look. All right, we got a double team, and, overall, not bad. Let's take another look at that. That was the last play. Let's take a look at this one. Let's look at the double team front side. So double team front side, you have Connor McGovern right here, double teaming. He has to come off on 55. We have our Zach Martin. He's responsible for 52. We have Lyle Collins responsible for the cutoff right here. This is a free release. This man is free. All right, and we got front side Tyron Smith on 92. So let's see what happens. All right, so backside, the key thing that happened on this particular play is that with Zach Martin, actually, we did not get the cutoff. We did not get the cutoff there. Actually, I apologize. That was not Zach Martin. That was Collins. So backside with Collins, we did not get the cutoff. Let's see. Man comes off late and he makes the tackle along with Allen right there to the play side. So, and that's something that, you kind of see a little bit. If you look at Collins, you'll see him miss some backside cutoffs, and those guys kind of come down the line and make some plays. But let's take a look at this one and see what we got here. All right, so now in that particular play, this is considered empty because Ezekiel Elliott motions out of the backfield. Now, what do we have, right? We got apparently 4 on 5, right? 5 linemen. We got 4 rushers. And unless somebody comes off either one of these edges, then, hey, this should be assured up protection for the Cowboys. Let's take a look. All right, that's a quick flip. And that's what I would say, right? If we look at this play, that's what I would say. Don't leave plays on the table. Don't make simple mistakes such as missing easy plays, which is a zero route, which should be a screen right here to CeeDee Lamb. Don't miss these plays. And if we don't do things like that, hey, we get first downs and we don't leave, as my parents used to say, hey, clean your plate. Don't leave food on the table. And so what we've had in some of these games, guys, unfortunately, is we've had the Cowboys leaving food on the table. This is a fake play action and then good play. So this is really good. So this is the Cowboys' bread and butter, all right? This particular play where we have a fake to stretch the ball to the left, a roll out right, and an underneath pass by Dak Prescott. That's ideally when we're really humming, right? When we're at our best, when we're doing this right here, right? And when we got these guys beginning to step up to play the run game and Dak boots out the other way, right? This is the bread right here. Look at that. These guys are anticipating run all the way, right? These guys are anticipating run all the way, right? Dak has a bunch of green grass here. He could actually run our pass on this play, but hey, he does a good job with the completion here underneath. And we get upfield, we got a first down, we got positive yards. That's exactly what we need to do to beat these Washington Redskins football team. That's hard for me not to continue to go back and say. Okay, so now we got trap action, which is actually good, right? So we're selling stretch to the left with the footwork of our center, batty ass, Doug Martin right here. And we have Connor McGovern as the puller. We have Collins, Lyle Collins, singled up here, okay? Singled up here, all right? And so he has to win here, and we got a kick out by the tight end, which I'm concerned about him blocking people one-on-one, and we'll talk about that more later as we go. But let's see how this develops. All right, so boom. So that's good. So look, that was a fake pull action and then a quick out. But we had missed communication, right? And we've seen this a couple times. We actually saw this this past week in the Cowboys game, so versus the Giants. So look at this play again. Carefully fake. This should have been a slant caught by CeeDee Lamb, and it wasn't. So again, don't leave food on the table. Make the plays you're supposed to make. Don't get penalties, and those things will pay huge dividends for the Dallas Cowboys as we go into the second game versus this Washington football team. So look at this. And again, this is a max protection, right? So this is max protection. I'll run it back so you guys can see it. This is considered max protection, all right? So this is a max protect, right? So what we have here, max protect actually to the left. So we got a tackle, we got two tight ends, and we got a back here, right? So this back, the fake back, has anything coming off of the right tackle. And this is really good for Dak Prescott if you want to keep him clean. Keep him clean. But the key when you get into this type of front as an offense is that the receivers and the quarterback have to be in sync, and you have to win one-on-one. If you don't win one-on-one, then we need more receivers out into routes so that we can create mismatches and take advantage of zone coverages. Let's take a look at how this one goes. Play action. So good job, Dak Prescott. He looks right. He comes back left. Good look off. Comes back looking for Cooper. And good. And Cooper is one of the best, right? He's going to win on routes. And so as long as we have Cooper winning on routes, then this is what's going to really bode very, very well for the Cowboys as we get into the second game. So now we got the show and blitz here. All right. I want to pay attention to this. All right. The show and blitz here. So however the protection is called, we're going to we may have a man drop, but we have to account for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No problem. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we got a running back right here. So we got enough to actually take care of this. Let's see what happens. Okay, good. So now what we had this guy drop to cover the flat, right? We had this guy drop to cover the flat, which he's out of position, all right? And so this is actually a slide by the Dallas Cowboys. And so this is nuanced stuff in terms of communication that I want to be better for the Cowboys. Because in this particular play, in terms of the offensive line, if I can run it back a little bit, what I really want to see here, you got this tight end releasing, right? You got him going out on what I call a wheel route, running out this way, or a flare route, right? He's flaring out, going up the field. So if there is no imminent threat down here, because they call slide right, they're sliding to the right, right? Look at the protection. Slide right. See that? So that's why Smith is not singled up on 92. they're sliding to the right unnecessarily because they thought they had a double A-gap blitz. We need to make an adjustment on this, and we need to get back out and get this guy so we don't have a free lick or unnecessary pressure from here to here on Dak Prescott. Everybody else looks fine. Let's see what happens. And so we hit the wheel route, which is the exact proper call. Less running back. We hit the wheel route. Exactly, because they fake pressure. They're playing Russian roulette. They got this guy walked up in the A gap, this guy faking in the A gap, and then, but the problem is that 52 is responsible for the back, right? He's not getting out here. Everybody else is in coverage with the runoff. So Ezekiel Elliott up the field on this play is really a good job in terms of the offense. Good read, good ball, and we got a good first down and a good chunk of yardage there. Let's continue to look at this. We'll cover a few more of these. So now this right here is really the thing that we want to really address, right? And I want to point this out to us. So inside here, you got to account for this guy. And this guy's a stud. This guy is really, Jonathan Allen, really good. This guy is a guy that can pay the bills and that, beats a lot of people. He's in the top tier of interior defensive linemen in the NFL. If you look at Chris Jones in Kansas City, then you look at him, he's right up there. But this is an overload to the right. And let's take a look, see what happens. And so that's what we can't have. We can't whiff. So ducking the head, and anytime you duck the head and lunge as an offensive lineman, you're really indicating that you don't have confidence in your leg strength, right? That's the indication, right? So it's a step and it's a lunge, and he swims over it. He swims over it. Uh-oh, look at this. Uh-oh, he's eyeing down Ezekiel Elliott. And, nowhere to go for Zeke, man, on that play because your center gets beat. And so on the inside, we got to be good. We got to be good. And so everybody else, if we take a look at this, we want to, we got a down, we got a double team here. We got a loss here, and this is still in the game. Okay, so still loses his feet. He's on the ground here. So not a good job here. Good job by Collins. If you look at Zach Martin, he's fine here. But this is the key block that we missed. So inside, we have to block this guy, number 93. We gotta block that guy. We block that guy. The play is right here. This is the hole right here. Everything else is kick, right? This is a kick out block. This should have been a kick out block. This is a kick out block. This is power running inside in the A and B gap. And if we double up here, and I would suggest, man, we don't do any fancy blocking here. We just line up and double team this guy, man. Double team this guy, work up here, and we'll be in good shape. But we don't. And so let's continue to take a look and see what we come up with next. All right, so now this is clearly a passing set. Good job, good pro. Everybody's fine. Everybody's fine. Everybody's fine. Dak's in the pocket, plenty of time. Dak escapes the pocket. Dak is running. Okay, he's out of bounds. Okay, good job. Let's take a look at this particular play. Okay, so let me run this back. All right, here we go. Again, so that's what they like to do. They like to fake A-gap blitzes, and they did this a lot in the game. Fake A-gap blitzes and then try to bail late. The problem is they're susceptible to flares. They're susceptible to real routes going here. But this should be a clean pocket for Dak Prescott. And again, working the outer edges. These guys are really not that good of a secondary, in my opinion. And what the Cowboys really need to do, what we did at the beginning part of the game, we're kicking a field goal here because we played it safe, right? We played it safe when really we don't need to play it safe. And, one thing that I want us to really recognize and understand is that if the Cowboys begin to take threats down the field, right? And this is what I want to say to all the Cowboys fans. I want to show a little bit of tape here, but I want to get to what really needs to happen for the victory for this game and also moving forward. Here's the deal. The Cowboys have all the tools in the world. What we need to do, and I'll do another film session on this later, is that we need to begin to stretch the defense and challenge them down the field. We cannot be scared to miss throws. We cannot even be scared to turn over the ball. I know that Kellen Moore has shown signs by his play calling, especially in this last game versus the Giants, that he's working Dak into the game because he wants Dak to have his confidence and get into a really good rhythm, which I think is really smart. But at the same time, we want to be in a position where we use the vertical pass game, and we're not scared to do that. And we can use the vertical pass game just moving the pocket left and right. We can use the vertical pass game on fade routes. We can use the vertical pass game in a variety of ways. So I think that, hey, open up the offense. What I saw versus the Giants, a lot of it was good in terms of running the ball and concepts, and Ezekiel Elliott is getting healthy again. And so because he's getting healthy again, we're going to have a good 1-2 punch. The number two thing that I'll say, it is not per se always play selection, even though that's a small part of it, but it's who do you run the play to? We ran screens to Amari Cooper and Ezekiel Elliott. No offense to either one of those players. They're great football players. But in a football game, you want to run those type of plays to the more shifty players, to Pollard, to CeeDee Lamb, to people that have really quick twitch wiggle and can make people miss. On the first touchdown drive of the New York Giants, we ran a draw inside to Ezekiel Elliott, which scored. We tried to run the exact same play opposite on the second drive against a different defense, and it didn't work. So we want to have really, really good personnel selections as it relates to the plays that we call, but we also want to recognize the defense and make the right call in the right situation. And the third thing we want to do, which I just mentioned, is we want to begin to vertically stretch the field. When the Cowboys were at their best at the beginning of the year, we had a combination of run and pass, but we threatened the defense with a big play. And recently, for whatever reason, we've gotten away from that. If we can begin to do that again, then we're going to be back in the saddle in terms of being very explosive with the defense and how they're playing. They are playing like a top 5 defense right now. And if we can just correct a few things and build the momentum going into the playoffs, we're going to be in fantastic shape and set up to make a long run into the playoffs. So if you like content like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Go ahead and turn on your bell notification icon so you can get the latest and greatest in Cowboy sports and news. Follow Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can follow me, the OC100, on Twitter. Until next time, salute, and we'll talk soon.